On a Friday night, the alleged sisterhood between Yandy Smith and Kirk Frost is more messy than Kirk Frost's direct messages. Skit your wigs, make some tea, and secure your edges. In the Instagram surgical cheap area, Rasheeda Frost baby was more phony than a BBL. And guess who pulled the curtains open? It was none other than the unfiltered queen of mayhem herself. Now, Tasha K. Consider why Rasheeda, who sobbed on national television about Kirk's motel mishaps and secret side babies, would turn around and disparage the only woman who supported her. When the why did Rasheeda abruptly pull a "we aren't even friends like that" moment as the world was dragging her lace front through the dirt? What actually transpired behind the scenes of hip hop and love? Oh honey, we have leaked texts, explosive receipts, and insiders saying that this betrayal goes beyond Rasheeda's tolerance for years of sisterhood, hot tub scandals, and baby mama cleanups. Stay closely, because this isn't just drama. It's a full-fledged reality TV reckoning right now. Kirk's lies are being exposed. And yes, we are naming people, exposing games, and dragging egos one wig tug at a time. Hold on tight, because we're going to go into a story that is more twisted than Kirk Frost's justifications and more theatrical than an embrace during a love and hip-hop reunion. It's time to explore the breakup of a friendship that, to be honest, may never have existed in the first place. We're discussing none other than Rasheeda Boss Chick, Frost, and Yandy. Every woman, Smith, two women, wow, were previously bound together more tightly than Rasheeda dyes high ponytail in the humid Atlanta heat. But behind the beautiful photos, sisterhood, speeches, and smiles, there was a sinister treachery going on behind the scenes. Wait, what enters? Scott would say. Tasha K is the messiest truth teller on the internet, your favorite blogger's worst nightmare, and the one lady who doesn't let us go back in time for a while. Tasha knocked before negotiating into the receipts room, and when she came out with the tea baby, she poured it boiling without any sugar or creamer. Second, we've watched as Randy and Rasheeda navigate the turmoil together season after season. When Kirk was caught cheating once more, who had Rasheeda's back? Not Candy, Carly, or even Erica. It was Yandy who cleaned up Rasheeda's emotional mess, defended her, consoled her, and, let's face it, while Kirk was out here living like he was on tour with Future, making Rasheeda appear less stupid on camera at times. But then, in this new love and hip-hop season, Rasheeda is out there saying that Yandy isn't even her buddy lady. Rasheeda stated unequivocally that Andy was never her buddy, and continued by saying she doesn't want to be friends with anyone else. Not only because we drifted apart or had a disagreement, because it looks nice on them. Excuse me, are we discussing Yandy? Or your own reflection, ma'am? Let's be honest, not everyone likes Yandy. Some people think she's too polished, while others don't think she's too cunning. But there's no denying that she protects her Yandy when Kirk was out here humiliating Rasheeda as if it were his full-time job. Rumors circulated regarding Kirk's mystery baby mama, the hot tub incident, the hidden apartments, and oops, I cheated on you on Yandy once again. I never once voiced any criticism. And how can Rasheeda pay her back? In confessional interviews, Kendra Robinson, a very polished clone of Rasheeda herself, sits lovely while subtly implying that they are not really friends with her, and that she is dodgy. Was a sport in which Rasheeda would have won an Olympic gold medal. And just when we thought things couldn't get much dirtier, Tasha K entered the conversation, physically walking in like a judge. Mic dropper, and revealed the receipts that justified the betrayal. According to Tasha, the entire "we're not friends" line wasn't an accident. Rather, it was a planned PR blunder to keep Rasheeda away from Andy. Hold off on spreading further stories about Mendez. We'll deal with that ugly aspect later. But for now, let's concentrate on why Rasheeda, the lady who established a brand on style, would running a press boutique and publicly reprimanding Kirk roughly 47 times, then deciding to disparage the one woman who supported her during all of that humiliation. In this street, according to Tasha K's inbox leaks and anonymous sources, Rasheeda never felt particularly at ease in the spotlight because she thought that Sandy was too polished and too brand safe, basically. She was phony, but the irony is that for the previous 10 years, Rasheeda has been pretending to have a beautiful marriage for television, while Kirk is out here performing numerous live auditions on the side, one of which is anonymous. Tasha K was informed by a cast member that Rasheeda always felt a little envious of Yandy since she thought that producers gave her more screen time. And even though Yandy wasn't from Atlanta, she got in the meantime. Rasheeda was forced to perform damage control for Kirk each season, which was awful. And if that wasn't enough, keep in mind that let's go back in time to a heated confrontation that Rasheeda had with a girl named Pressure P, who may have been involved in one of Kirk's alleged situationships. Rasheeda did what she in order to protect Rasheeda's honor. Jessica Demise, the same dime piece who had her own brand and career, stayed on the scene. Even though everyone else got up and departed, they put everything on the line to protect Rasheeda's troubled marriage, and now Yandy is in the same situation. The buddy who stood up for you showed you loyalty, but they were cast aside like the press from the previous season. Fashion brand. And don't forget that Yandy publicly supported Rasheeda. Despite everyone criticizing Kirk for his filth, she never made fun of his side babies, his jewelry, or his midnight jacuzzi parties with strangers. But Rasheeda didn't waste any time criticizing and bringing up issues when Mendy's Saws was seen in a Snapchat incident with a Latina woman wearing leopard trousers. Concerns regarding the legality of Yandy and Mendy's marriage, baby projection, and, worst of all, Rasheeda's alleged shade session with Kendra didn't even seem like Avil talk about Kendra's clone behavior and her own filthy man-jock in part 2, but don't worry. It looked like a full-on stage performance that they had been practicing over breakfast. When her own man's DMs had more traffic than Peachtree Street. Baby. She became nervous and jumped into the chat. However, before we go there, let's take a moment to discuss the moment that truly set when Rasheeda stated that she doesn't want to be friends with Yandy because it's a good look for her. The internet went crazy. Fans were shocked, blogs went viral, and Twitter blew up. Had a breakdown, and guess what? Tasha K was prepared to write in her characteristic loud and unrepentant. Amana. Rasheeda has a man who cheats on her every year and controls all of her finances. I swear to God, if you don't take the time to look through your husband's Snapchat before disparaging your husband, you're acting in his name. And have the audacity to doubt the fidelity of another woman. She even made a joke about Kirk and Mendy's switching reality shows, saying that at least Mendy's has the common sense to keep his side projects private. However, this is only the tip of the iceberg. Keepo, because the accusations of infidelity against Mendy, Kendra's clumsy hypocrisy, and a potential love triangle will lead you to reevaluate all you believe to be true about friendship, loyalty, and how phony reality TV can become. So, where were we? In part 1, we dissected how Rasheeda was involved in this messier-than-love triangle reality TV-fueled betrayal bomb. Went quickly from being Yandy's ride or die to not really knowing her that well. But now we're in the genuine midst of mayhem. Because Rasheeda was busy offering shade with a dash of gaslight. Miss Legal Eagle turned Rasheeda 2 was Kendra Robinson. Zero made the decision to enter the ring as if someone had tagged her. Let's just say that Kendra had no your own boyfriend is out here playing America's Next Top Cheater. And you're worried about the friendship between you and your partner because she's getting involved in Yandy and Rasheeda's issue. Sis? Well, return to her, but let's talk about the Snapchat issue since it was more than just rumors. It was the purported catalyst for Rasheeda's abrupt turn against Yandy. Word spread online that Mendy had been discovered uploading a picture of a Latina woman wearing leopard print, and that he was seeing Yandy's longtime partner and husband. We'll get to the legal portion in a moment. Pants on Snapchat, and no, it wasn't labeled as fashion goals or inspiration. Instead, the image highlighted the woman's assets. And the descriptions seemed to be something ambiguous, like working with a sly. Thus, just one post and one picture turned into a conflagration. But Yandy refrained, and the paparazzi quickly jumped in, claiming it was for a social media initiative that Mendy saw as claiming that she was aware of it and that the drama should have ended at that point. But instead, Rasheeda entered the stage and departed with a slick smile and a tone that stated, "I don't even think we're targeting marriages because your boyfriend can't keep it zipped in hotel rooms. But they're legally married. Didn't she say something about failing to mail the paperwork?" Let's face it, Rasheeda never kept an eye on Yandy's romantic life until it began to seem like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity gone bad and became the ideal way to divert attention away from Kirk's annual. The purpose of the cheating trip was to put Mendy and Yandy under the bus. This is a classic example of reality show misdirection. Let's talk about someone else's drama so that mine doesn't seem so horrible. But Tasha K doesn't miss a thing. She went beyond the phony apologies of a love and hip-hop reunion and returned with exclusive tea, which a former production assistant on the show reportedly told Tasha there was constant conflict between Rasheeda and Yandy. Although they would smile for the cameras behind the scenes, Rasheeda disliked how Yandy would intervene and take charge of things, particularly when it came to. The same source also asserted that Rasheeda felt overshadowed during sequences with Yandy and that producers frequently gave preference to other ladies on the show. Is this jealousy, insecurity, or simply two women with conflicting egos? The reason behind Yandy's tidy image over Rasheeda's always in damage control plot? In any case, it wasn't true friendship, and the men's marital shadow few. But before I go any further, let's discuss that notorious "I never mailed the marriage certificate" confession that was made by Wendy years ago. On camera, she acknowledged that they had a complete wedding ceremony, vows, rings, cake, and everything else. But she never filed the official paperwork because, in her words, it was a calculated move to avoid financial liability due to Mendy's prior legal issues. Logic. Particularly when you're raising children and defending your reputation. But Rasheeda, who has literally established an empire by sticking with your cheating partner no matter what, chose to take advantage of that. You are acting like a fool for clever paperwork management, girl, by letting Kirk Frost, who has several confirmed side babies, manage your money brand, and stores Dot with the reunion lights shining on her forehead. Let's talk about Kendra and why she had the audacity to co-sign whatever Rasheeda said about friendships, marriage, or loyalty. For what seems like 10 seasons, Kendra has been involved in a will, won't, and divorce drama with the little jockey. The man has openly acknowledged on television that he wasn't faithful. Showing up late, Tujok considers commitment like a promotional code. And Kendra wants to question someone else's man coldly, but that's the strength of group dynamics. He flirted with her at his bachelor party before their wedding. Believe that if you put someone next to a jerk for a long enough period of time, they will start to think they are the main character. Kendra likely felt that supporting Rasheeda would make her feel more mature. But all it made her appear like a glorified sidekick in a two-woman clapback performance. And even fans began criticizing it online. Phishing fan tweets appeared. And Kendra became concerned about Yandy's. Rasheeda believes that Yandy's marriage isn't real. But Kirk's side baby made it make sense, and that was right when we felt we had reached our zenith. In a follow-up livestream, Pettiness Tasha K revealed the shocking detail. She said Rasheeda had been disparaging Yandy for years. This wasn't just a remark. Rather, it was envy eroding Yandy's reputation that is tight with her spouse and doesn't make fun of her every season, which makes Rasheeda uncomfortable. She even suggested that Rasheeda and other cast members might be making fun of her via texts and direct messages. That bit about Yandy behind her back is yet unknown. But if it's true, wow. Let's not forget that Yandy supported Kendra when her marriage was failing like a Fashion Nova zipper, when the jock threatened to divorce her. He sat with Kendra off camera and tried to help her deal with it. Now, both Rasheeda and Kendra are scheming against her, acting like cruel girls. The thing that hurts the most about the Atlanta episode is that despite her energies being depleted, Yandy didn't even retaliate with an Instagram clapback, a subtweet, or a messy confessional. Stillness. And that silence is more powerful than any criticism Rasheeda could level. Because while Rasheeda continues to defend a cheating man as if it were his side business, Randy is raising a family, operating companies, handling scandals, and somehow remaining composed. Which is why Tasha K stated that Yandy outgrown them. Just never one of them. She was simply polite enough to act that way. Additionally, if that isn't the truth, I'm not sure what is. But stay put, because part 3 will delve into the potential consequences of all this drama. Think legal threats, producer feud, and phony hip-hop. Upheaval, friendships breaking down, and the faint rumors of a potential romance. Believe me, when phony pals fail, the empire takes over. We've already been embroiled in shade scandal and Snapchat secrets. But don't believe that the fallout halted their child. No, this was only the beginning. After Tasha K turned the tables on her, she revealed to everyone the love and rumor has it that executive producers weren't happy with Rasheeda's abrupt appearance on camera, and the hip-hop community began to fall apart like Kirk Frost's devotion. One insider allegedly informed Tasha K producers that the reason for the remarks claiming that Yandy's marriage was a sham was because Yandy's storyline was still being developed and this unexpected treachery happened off script. We're upset because Rasheeda blew the lid off in one scene and caught the team off guard. So we're not just talking about friendship anymore. The drama was intended to simmer over a few episodes. We're discussing emergency confessional interviews, possible production drama reshoots, and even a purported sit-down between Mona Scott and the cast to realign the narrative at the end. Yes, baby, when fake pals begin to play, producer contracts begin to tremble. And guess what? The problems don't stop with production. Let's talk about brand damage, because Rasheeda and Yandy are more than simply reality stars. They are companies that offer image influence and Instagram collaborations. And when Rasheeda made that overt remark on camera, she wasn't merely casting doubt on a friendship, she was sowing the seeds aft out into Yandy's public image. But Yandy's sister didn't even bat an eyelid. She played it cool like a woman who's been in the game for a long time, without any cryptic remarks, subtweets, or weeping Instagram live posts enough to understand real power. So don't freak out, but insiders claim that Yandy's team handled the situation extremely seriously. There are rumors that her PR team discreetly contacted VH1 to ask control over the story of her marriage. They didn't want another lady with an unfaithful spouse attempting to transfer her fears onto Yandy's home, particularly when Mendy observes, unlike Kirk, whose receipts could fill a whole storage unit. All the circulating rumors haven't been proven with even a text thread. Meanwhile, Tasha K wasn't letting Grayley stepped up, releasing another video in which she claimed that Rasheeda's abrupt change was all about deflection and that a brand agreement was in peril due to fresh accusations of adultery between Kirk and Rasheeda needed to quickly change the audience's attention. And who could do it better than Yandy and her supposedly unofficial marriage? It's filthy. But let's move on to the actual repercussions, the first of which Rasheeda certainly didn't anticipate. Fans began harshly criticizing her in tweets that overflowed timelines with statements like, "Yandy helped you repair your face. Every time Kirk embarrassed you, and this is how did you pay her back?" Rasheeda had been silent about Kirk's 5-year affair, but now she was adamant about Yandy's wedding certificate. This isn't a friendship drama, girl. When Twitter goes baby, brands start to back down too. Rasheeda's boutique apparently witnessed a reduction in engagement the week the program aired. This is envy in a lace front. "I came for fashion, not treachery. And do you sell loyalty here or not?" are just a few of the dubious messages that followers began labeling the business with. Even worse, there are rumors that one of her sponsors shut down their temporary partnership. Not because to this scandal per se, but rather because the discourse surrounding Rasheeda's persona became too divisive. You were the safe brand girl until you started making sly on-camera remarks like a villain in training. But we're not suggesting that Rasheeda's entire empire is collapsing. Rather, we're stating this circumstance and then, hessing it to you, saying, get our girl Kendra sis. You attempted to replace Rasheeda as her backup vocalist. But you hit all the wrong notes, and fans called her out right away, making Kendra act like her guy. When Jock had more children than Rasheeda, received boutique racks, and one of the memes went global. Why is Kendra co-signing anything? Isn't Jock the most scandal-prone cast member of all time? Said Yandy, watching Rasheeda and Kendra throw shade while her man ain't out here multiplying. In a picture of her drinking tea. Let's go on to the legal tea that Tasha K alluded to. Her sources claim that Yandy's legal team discreetly began recording videos and social media posts in case this shade fest began affecting her business. That's correct. While Rasheeda was laughing about fictitious marriages, Yandy might have been drafting defamation receipts. Although no formal filing has been made as of yet, source says that if the show or other cast members continue to portray her relationship as phony, there has been discussion about where to draw the line. There's also been talk of a reunion. An explosive one-on-one that could rival any of the Joe's Line versus Everyone classics is about to happen. And it's not just your usual why do you say that moment showdown. Mona Scott likes drama, but even in addition to the fact that the Mandy has largely avoided the spotlight since his release from prison in this recent wave. She is reportedly anxious about how far this treachery might go on stage. One insider claims that he was forced to set boundaries as a result of a number of accusations, including the Snap incident and dubious hotel reports, telling producers, if you want messy drama. It's not incorrect, but Kirksterd is documented and published, so I won't sit here and let people drag my name without any evidence. Either we provide proof or we close it down. Even if it's on the New York Times bestseller list, Mandy hasn't revealed anything specific. Is there smoke? Perhaps, but there isn't a spark. Thus, our friendship is now shattered. After a trivial remark, in a confessional escalated into a full-blown crisis of credibility, the reality program was rocked and the fandom split. Yandy entered the room loyally and left. Scapegoated Rasheeda, who entered as a boss chick and left as a calculating, insecure Kendra. She should have stayed back home. But what's the greater lesson here? Loyalty in reality TV is rented rather than owned. One season you may be happy with your sisters, and the same people who cheer you on at the reunion may have sold you, as Tasha K put it best in the confessional. These ladies want followers, not friends. And when the cameras stop rolling, does the loyalty end? Coming up, what other friendships on reality TV are still intact after the break? Could this upheaval result in a new cast or possibly a spin-off if Yandy leaves before the phony friendships? Will Rasheeda ever stop avoiding Kirk's mess? So, please let us know in the comments. Should Rasheeda's friend give a backhand or keep it cute? Who do you think? Believe Tasha K or the boss girl? Don't forget to click the notification bell and like and subscribe because this is just the beginning of the drama, baby. Phew, you're all still alive. Tasha K presented the receipts as if she were hosting court on YouTube Live after all that because, baby, this was a full-blown betrayal breakdown. Not just a reality TV catastrophe. You're watching your best friends brunch 1 minute, and the next day you're out here casting doubt on marriages and consigning unfaithful husbands as if it were a sport. Now it's your turn, and yes, I am speaking to you. Believe that Rasheeda was ever truly a friend of Yandy's, or was it merely for influence and camera time? Is Yandy being shrewd by remaining mute, or should she respond with the ferocity of a reunion? Let's face it, this friendship was kept together with lace. Why are you inserting yourself, chair throw, and Kendra sis? while your boyfriend is out here spreading himself thinner than a $1 shop wig cap. I know you all have opinions, so please share yours in the comments section below. Was this just another love and hip-hop manufactured fallout? Or did Tasha K, glue and delusion, and now the lace is lifting, sweetheart, just blow the lid off a friendship that was more phony than Kirk's claims? If you're as surprised, perplexed, and amused as we are, press the like button. If you're a subscriber, hit the subscribe button, as we unearth the next reality TV fallout, hidden affair, or stage scandal. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss it. Good expos served hot and messy. Don't drink tea because we'll drown in it. See you everyone at the next one. Also, don't believe anyone who claims that we're not that close. They're just planning.